No, you can't cheat when your life is complete. The last person you meet is gonna be St. Pete. Everyone needs me.
Next. What's going on? What is all this? Welcome to the pearly gates, Mr. Hitchens. I'm a big fan of your writing.
Strange, I must be dreaming, but it's also lucid.
Oh, it's no dream. You made it to the afterlife.
Well, if this is supposed to be heaven, where's my drink?
This ain't heaven yet. This is the gate to heaven. You're still in the waiting room.
Let me ask you this then. How is it you're speaking English?
Oh, I always appear as the thing you want to see the least. This is what I look like in life, and the last thing an atheist wants to see is the real St. Peter. Watch what happens to this next guy. Next.
Oh, seriously?
Afraid so.
Damn!
There's an app for that.
Well, at least I didn't get the trapdoor straight away.
I'm not gonna give you the trapdoor. You lived a good life, but you were wrong about religion. All God ever really asked was for you to be a decent person and have faith that there's a plan.
Look, you want me to have faith, but how can I? The Bible is so full of contradictions, you'd have to be schizophrenic to believe it all.
Of course it is. It was transcribed and translated by imperfect humans.
Yes, well, the church teaches that the Bible is the literal word of God.
It is, but it's been filtered through imperfect human understanding, translations, motivations, even through the church.
I don't need the Bible to know about war or natural disaster. That's not the sort of thing a benevolent, all-powerful God would do.
Maybe you just can't see the big picture.
Bigger than cancer? I feel like that was pretty big for me. Bigger than malnutrition in the third world. Just what exactly is the big picture supposed to look like?
It's kind of hard to explain.
Try me.
Okay, imagine trying to explain how the internet works to an illiterate Bronze Age goat herder.
Whoa, where did you guys come from? And that, it's magic!
No, actually, it's plastic.
Plastic? But the images, how did they get in there? It's magic!
No, it's technology.
It's not magic?
I suppose it must look like magic, but technology is quite different.
Technologies?
Yes, you've got it. And technology is what makes it work.
Plastic?
Yes.
Technologies?
Yes.
Are you a wizard?
I don't know, I don't think you're getting the point across.
But that's impossible.
No, it's just really hard. You'd need to approximate so many things in order for him to have any frame of reference that he wouldn't get a clear concept of what you describe. Even though you told him the facts, when he went to repeat it, he'd only be passing along a poorly comprehended version of your facts, and he'd be doing it using frames of reference common to his time and place. You want me to explain the big picture, but for all your modern science, you're not really that much smarter than your average Bronze Age goat herder, or goat for that matter. And God's glory is infinitely greater than the internet. I mean, come on, the internet's part of his glory. So explaining it is really hard. But if you filter out the signal from the noise, all the world's religions say the same thing. Be good to each other and have faith that there's a plan.
Really? So the Hindu people are part of God's plan now? Reincarnation? Isn't that the opposite of an eternity in heaven?
Each religion is an imperfect translation of a message that had to be molded to fit given frames of reference. Same message, different time, place, and people.
So that's it. Because you claim I can't see the big picture, I just have to accept the fact that God is real.
No, you have to have faith that he's real. You'll never have any facts to accept. You've chosen to put that last bit of faith into the philosophy called science, when science never really answers more questions than it uncovers. God planned it that way. All he ever asked is that you accept it in that last little space when nobody knows the answer, that he has it handled, and he has all along.
With all the pain and suffering in the world, it hardly looks handled.
Do you discount all the joy and love, philosophy, the arts? Let me see if I can get this to make sense. The natural order of the universe is chaos. None of your laws of physics function. Now God, for whatever reason, decided to whip this goo into a shape you call the universe. He's been stirring ever since and finally created a suitable place for his greatest creation, humanity. But his reasons for doing all this are even harder to grasp, as his motives have little to do with the mortal world. He's concerned with your eternal soul.
My soul, really? That's getting rather esoteric.
Work with me here. The words for the concepts don't even exist. I'm approximating to give you some frame of reference. The mortal world is just kind of a filter that your soul has a chance to move through, to get closer to God. You do good, you move up. Heaven, God's kingdom, the wings and halo. You do evil, you move back. Your soul ends up trapped in the chaos outside the Big Bang. Hell.
For eternity?
You're in a three-dimensional universe where time appears linear. Heaven and hell exist outside that paradigm. Souls stuck there are just dying to get another shot at life.
You mean reincarnation?
Sure, call it that. It's a chance for a soul to have another run and try to get closer to God.
So the dying children?
Fast-tracked angels. They're souls that bring nothing but love into the world, and they leave it without ever even knowing evil or temptation.
And war?
It brings out the worst and the best in people. Dying is scary, but it has to be to keep more people from trying it. But dying is just your soul moving on and hopefully up. And yeah, it's part of the plan.
Is there wine in heaven?
You ever had ambrosia?
You know, I always did kind of think the Big Bang was a bit of a cop-out.
You know you can't cheat when your life is complete. The last person you meet is gonna be St. Pete. Everyone needs me.
And so the angel, St. Peter, and the prophet, Christopher Hitchens, came to me at the Holy Well, where they foretold that in time our chosen people would feast on plastic apples and technology cheese. Thus it was that the Christian religion was born.